Hey, water signs, welcome. This is your monthly element reading, which I have laid out in the format of sacred directions. I also do 4 other monthly readings. I do one for your astrology sign, which is already out for Leo season. I do a masculine and feminine energy one. I do one for your moon sign and a pagan season one that's based on creativity. I also do daily chakra attunement readings, so look to my other playlists if you want to check any of those out. This reading I'll kind of just go through as we move along in it, and we will start with your center card, which represents your will, where you're motivated from, what's driving you this week, and creating a sense of purpose for you. This is quite a card to have in the center here. It has such deep feeling to it, at least from my perception of it. There's a sense of feeling despair and banished from what feels good and pure, even though this seems to be rightfully you, like you are in a way estranged from all your virtue and what you know as truth about yourself. So you may be feeling persecuted, shunned, shut out, abandoned, not seen for who you are. This has very much got the whole Lilith vibe to it, the Black Moon Lilith. It could also be that you're not connecting with something higher than yourself, perhaps a guardian angel, the sense of forces that are celestial, that are stronger than you. There could just be a disconnect there, which is making you just perish in the earthly realm more so, to where you're not feeling enlightened and as you would like to. For some reason, time is a factor here too. So it may be just a matter of time before you come back to feeling better. This could just be a phase for you, and it's a very limited one. So maybe this is meant for you to experience for some unknown reason right now. Sometimes we have to experience things that we do not understand, and it can seem so irritating and unproductive and even reoccurring, pointless, like a waste of our life. And when we're going through that process and we're only privy to that perspective on it can very much be seen like that, and it can create these feelings of utter despair. Though give it some time, you can always see it from a different perspective and then understand why it had to happen, and however the narrative ends up playing out. So patience, dear, patience. In your card for your passions and for your spirituality, you are getting a very strong cosmic vibe here. There is this sense of the eternal, the understanding of mastering your own universe in a way, and that your reality can be different than how you're maybe perceiving it when you're in these other energies. Like that you're actually aware that you're a cosmic being with infinite potential and the ability to have mastery over the universe that you create. And I'm looking here in your emotional zone. feel like you are alone, and you may be alone because you are looking at something and going after it, and you're just highly focused on it. So you may not be really connecting much with your emotions. There may be a very lofty thing that you are seeking to attain. And you may not be too worried about your emotions because things may be a little bit more resolved for you right now, where you have things that you need. So there's like an emotional security, I guess is what I'm saying. So your emotions aren't being triggered by your physical realm, like what you have and what you don't have. So there's enough stability here that's supporting you to go after something that's a higher achievement, basically. And sometimes to do that, we don't necessarily need our emotions involved with it. It's not really an emotional pursuit, although we definitely need our emotions stabilized so that they don't become distracting towards this. So that is another very positive card here. And when I'm looking into your physical sector, and this could have to do with your physical self or your environment, there seems to be an overwhelm of passion. Things may feel very hot, and this doesn't mean that it's necessarily emotional. It's that sense of fire, and there may be, like, you may feel very passionate, actually. Very passionate, and you may really be extending this into your environment. But I do see, because of this passion and because you're giving so much, you yourself may end up feeling burned out, like a log that's been through a forest fire. You may feel charred and like you've got nothing left to give. Not completely, but you're getting there. So you may want to make sure that what you're putting your energy towards has a way of sustaining, basically, and not completely just, it's not completely an act of self-sacrifice, basically. And then as we look into your communication area, I love this card. It's the top center card in this reading, and it's so wonderfully enticing to me. I almost want to make a painting based off of it. So you are it's almost like you're running in place, like you are sort of there's a paradox of like you're carrying something yet weighed down by it too as you carry it, and there's a sense of you being kind of trapped, like like that suspended animation thing, like you want to move but you're kind of just treading water, going in circles here. So okay, so this card's kind of complicated, but basically I'm seeing that you are trying to move, but you're weighed down by what other people need from you. So it seems to be blocking your ability to progress for your own purpose, and you're carrying other people's ascension, basically. You're helping other people up and developing them, helping them be strong, giving them, empowering them basically to follow their own paths and what they need to be accomplishing. So you're basically the support system, but in doing that, there's something detrimental to you where you're not free to be yourself. So, seeing if I get anything else off of this. For some reason, what kind of bothers me about it is that I'm not getting that there's any gratitude shown towards you. Like, it's just sort of expected of you to help other people and carry them. And they don't seem to see how that affects you or the sacrifices that you're making for them. So you may be encountering that a little bit, where there's just some ignorance and you need to determine if it's worth the effort, basically. So we will end your reading right there. Thank you for joining me. Such a pleasure to do this for you, and I hope that we can be together again soon for some more readings. Take care.